Good morning, everybody. This is Christy. I am the Intimate Warrior. I thank you so much for stopping by, and as always, I send you love. Today is December the 19th. What I am first going to just go. Let me just go. I need to stop explaining my process here. So, yesterday during a stillness in receiving session of mine, I ended up seeing an individual who turned around and saw this massive light before them in the sky. And as they were turning, the light, of course, being so bright and significant and huge, jolted them in a kind of like a gut-wrenching movement. How if you were kicked in the stomach, that's, how your body kind of folds over a little bit. And that's what took place. This is telling me it's about this great conjunction that we are heading towards here, which we are already feeling. And so what I am gathering from this, and this is not to, you hearing what I was saying, a gut-wrenching amount of light is entering into this individual here, making the individual kind of like fold over a little bit. It may sound like it's going to be traumatic, because when you get hit in the stomach with something, of course, it may be uncomfortable. But this is light, okay? This is light. So there's nothing that is to be feared. We are going to be taking in a lot of light through this great conjunction. And you, again, may be feeling this. Now, let me see. How have I been feeling for the past couple of days? Well, yesterday, I was told that yesterday was going to be a great day. That's what I woke up saying yesterday. I said, today is going to be a great day. Today is going to be a great day. And I kept repeating it like an affirmation. And I began to feel my energy rise yesterday. I woke up, feeling completely fine. Normal energy-wise, where I wasn't, spinning off the wall. But then as it progressed, as I kept speaking those words, my energy rose and rose and rose. And again, I was as if I was running around like that little Energizer bunny again. And I had tons of energy to accomplish what I had to accomplish. So I felt good yesterday, which was the 18th. The 17th, trying to go back to my notes. I think I was emotional on the 17th. Go back. What day was the 17th on? Yes, I definitely was. I ended up still being angry. I suffered from that anger a little bit throughout the day. But I also broke out into tears. A lot of emotions came out as a result of what I was experiencing. So I did purge a lot on the 17th. The 18th completely flipped to being fine. No more anger. Very energetic, very loving. And today, I am feeling fine again. And as I am making this video, I am having a sense of energy taking over my crown, where it's not quite making me loopy, but almost high. Not high to the point of, being laughing. And that might be a stereotype there when you laugh a lot, but, as in movies, you see people who are smoking or whatever, they're always laughing, and that's not the high I'm talking about here. The high is complete. I don't know, because I actually, I don't know if that's, I'm not laughing, is what I'm trying to say. So, although I'm laughing at myself for this current moment, for this video. So also, throughout the night last night, I ended up, crazy dreams. I've had crazy dreams lately as well. Remember, our dreams are purifying us too. They are helping us with either past relationships, past pains that we have not really purged outwardly. We often think that our emotions are okay and that we have healed ourselves. But there is a deep, deep, deep healing that must take place. And in our dream state, we are healing at that etheric level, that more of our spiritual bodies, okay? Because we are carrying this trauma, whatever it may be, in that energetic form. It's very deeply rooted. And so our dreams are helping us to figure things out. So a lot of people have been reading, and people in other groups and comments, whatever, that they are and people reaching out to me, that they are experiencing past relationships coming up into their dream state, and they're getting kind of mixed signals that perhaps they made a mistake in breakups, or perhaps they're supposed to go back with this individual. Well, of course I can't say yes or no in that situation, but I know for the most part, your dream is helping you process your past. And however you see it, the emotion that you are feeling when you are having that dream is telling you in your waking moments how you are currently doing in relationship to that trauma, or in general. So if you are having a dream and a lot of negative emotions are being processed through your dreams, you're also being healed here. But that's the guide that you should go on when you are awake, that you haven't really healed that relationship or that situation. Now, if you're having a dream and everything is happy, you're coming together in peace, in harmony, in love, well, then you have done some deep healing on that level. And so I just wanted to add that prior to moving on here. So 2 symbols that I ended up seeing yesterday prior to waking up is, first it was the rhombus, that diamond again, that we are working towards here with our diamond light body. But the rhombus is the symbol of matter and spiritual unification. This is the connection of the heavenly frequencies, or life, as well as merging your earthly frequencies in life. It is the symbol of as above and so below. It is that divine masculine and divine feminine that has now merged into one beautiful union in creating this diamond or rhombus. It is the rhombus contains the vertical and horizontal directions simultaneously. And we can say that this is the symbol of unification of, again, matter in spirit. It unites heaven and earth, the direction of elevation, aspiration to divinity, and horizontally material oriented. Because peaks represents the extremities of the cross, maybe a close and direct connection between the two symbols. The rhombus has a lot of healing properties, or the diamond in itself. It can harmonize breathing, digestion, and excretions. This is, again, a balance of the yin and the yang, or the masculine and the feminine. So if you are also having difficulty here in your chest, I know I have, for a good month here, been having, first began with just like this, as if something was just sitting there, just kind of sitting and kind of heavy. No breathing restriction. I can still breathe fine. Just you can feel this pressure. And it shifted to gurgling. Not difficulty in breathing, gurgling. And the gurgling moved from upper chest, where the thymus, upper heart is, to the throat. And has nearly moved out. When we open our heart, because your heart takes on this diamond aura, if you will, as well. It is also that 13th number when you connect your Merkaba in that diamond grid. And the heart is expanding more and allowing more light to penetrate through. Which means when your heart is being affected, enhanced, whatever, your lungs, your kidneys, your organs are going to may feel this effect. So that is what's been going on with myself. My lungs are being more purified now, even more so than it has in the past, which of course I still have this deeply rooted trauma based upon the inability to breathe, which is why I have had asthma, or was told that I have asthma, restriction in breathing all of my life. There has been something that has restricted my breathing. Perhaps if you are claustrophobic, if you don't like things tightly around your neck, this may also be something that you might be dealing with. So envision this diamond grid, even within your heart, and meditate upon it and ask for healing in that direction. But this rhombus, again, was divided into four, or had the cross that appeared slowly. First, the rhombus appeared, that diamond, and then the cross came and intersected within. And again, this is about I'm trying to get to my notes here. When we are dealing with the cross, of course, the cross can really signify the crucifixion or the life of Christ. But you have the four elements, you have the four directions, you have the four winds, you have the four seasons, the four suits, and the tarot cards and family relationships. You have in Kabbalah, you have the four worlds. You have the four powers of the Sphinx. Whatever it is that you resonate with, there are fours. It usually in fours also represents foundations. So I wanted to add this, and I also ended up seeing the square appeared, and again the cross appeared afterwards very slowly. So again, the square is about that, your foundations, and it has 4 sides. And I'm not trying to take up too much time with these symbols here, but these do awaken different things, or have been awakened within us. But when it comes down to it, when we are trying to take in this, let's see, and I'm trying to do this as I am making this video. The rhombus is again about higher connection, the union within both masculine and feminine uniting. It is the above and the below, and the uniting of all of the elements, the directions. This is an internal power of great manifestation. It is the reflection of the highest self to the human form. You take in the square that has now been divided into 4. It relates to, again, the 4 elements. The laws of nature in this physical realm, in a sense of predictability and security, lots of structure, lots of balance. And I was also actually given the straight line. Okay, so now I want to kind of go a little deeper here, because when we actually look at that cross again, when the rhombus is divided, or the circle was divided, or the square is divided, because now I've received 3 of these symbols here. You have the cross, which of course is a horizontal and a vertical line intersected. So you have 2 separate meanings. So the vertical axis represents man, the body, and our upright posture. It is within this animal kingdom. The vertical line symbolizes the path from earth to heaven in the realm of spirit, symbolizing the dual nature of man, who embodies the spirit, the spiritual and the temporal. The vertical axis equates directly to the human spine and the tree of life, as well as the axis mundi, or mundi, the great pole around which the constellations of the zodiac revolve. And now the horizontal axis represents the path from birth to death, the beginning to the end in the linear time. This axis represents life on earth as a binary linear process, life to death, beginning to end, and the dual nature of human existence, by which our symmetrical shapes are seen, which is left and right, male and female, good and evil. These ancient concepts are embodied even in our language, our good, righteous side, or our dark and sinister side. Both axes are also representations of the sexual nature of man. The vertical line represents the solar phallus, and the horizontal, the receptive, female earthly nature. So that's interesting. And I was just sitting here prior to making this video and wondering if these symbols are actually has more of an astrological chart, if you will. Because oftentimes when, I have noticed that when people are, I'm not able to draw a natal chart or whatever that thing is called. You have it's usually formed in a circle, and within this you are connecting these lines that pertain to an individual's life path, which can be a square, it can be that diamond, it can be a rectangle, it can be the cross. All of these are within that chart, and of course I know that these symbols are a representation of codes anyway, and so is the astrological chart. So I just wanted to place that note within this video, and of course I'd love to hear your thoughts and process of it. But yesterday, or whenever it was, that I mentioned the cross within the circle. Of course, it is a representation of the solar cross, or a horoscope wheel. You see, this is what I just said, which is both symbols of spirit and matter all over again. The horizontal bar within the circle is the alchemy symbol for salt, pure material existence in its most exalted state. The equal-armed cross is often disguised in religious art as a four-petaled flower, a cube, or a scepter. So, now I wanted to go towards what I realized here with this great conjunction, what is actually of course we know it is about Jupiter and Saturn here within this winter solstice, and of course it coincides with December 25th, like I mentioned in that circle and cross video, which of course coordinates with Christianity and the birth of Jesus, which is the icon for the age of Pisces. One thing I have noticed is that this conjunction is also going to first, it arrives with a quantum wave collapse, shifting humanity out of dissolution of the Piscean archetypes and into the holistic archetype of self. And that began even back in 2017. And the finger of God. Yeah, that is something that God also has given to me, the finger of his finger, oftentimes here in this past couple of months here. And I think we all know that this hasn't taken place since 1623, but even further than that, of course, the birth of Christ. This is taking place during the winter solstice, which is the time when the night is the longest. This crossing point used to be, or has and can be, worshipped as the birth of the new sun, S-U-N and S-O-N, meaning Christ, and the light would get brighter as the growing daylight overcame the darkness of winter. Also, this conjunction is at what is known as the Aries point. The Aries point is 0 degrees of a sign, marking the new beginning reflected in the sign of Aries, which is the head of the ram. And signifies the sprouting of the seed. This, of course, resonates with me because the seed emanates from our mind. That colostrum comes down into your spine, where it meets up with your, excuse me, kundalini, and eventually rises. Excuse me. And I've made videos all about this, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about that. And then this new beginning of Aries point comes in the sign of Aquarius. You all know that, which gives it the Aquarian age. It marks the beginning of the age of Aquarius as 2012 in timing with the historic Venus transition of the Sun. And I find what's interesting as well is that the Earth it's going to be at 23 degrees tilt, if I have read correctly. And that is a number that resonates with me because it is the number that was given to me by God. It is a number that I have often come back to. And so I'm going to kind of skip down here and try to hurry up with this video here. I know I am just kind of rambling today, and I apologize for that. A lot is going through my mind, and I don't know how to get it all out as of now. So this great conjunction, again, that we're all calling it, falls on the fixed star Altair. I have already spoken about Altair as well. This is the eagle. It is the brightest star in Aquila. Altair has its shadow and light side. And this is also when God said, don't fear the eagles. So, and again, that resonates with me here. And please go back and watch my video about Altair, because I don't want to take up, again, too much time. And before I go, of course, you guys probably already know this, that this great conjunction marks the shift from the cycle from the earth signs to air signs. And all of this has been implemented throughout this year with everything that we have already been going through. This social distancing, isolation, all of these things merging from being more physical to online, shifting, and it's been going on here for a long time. And it's basically going from world to self. And I really hope that with this, regardless of where you're getting your information from, if you perceive it to be a bad experience, of course it's going to be a bad experience for you. If you doubt anything great is going to take place, of course, nothing is going to take place. If you have expectations, you may become disappointed because you set the bar too high. Be open, but yet be excited. I'm excited about it because I already know my heart. I know my heart at where it is currently, and my heart always tells me what's going to come. And nothing, I don't see anything as an aggravation or anything that takes away from me. Everything that comes into my life, good or bad, however you categorize it, is an opportunity for myself. It's teaching me something. It's guiding me. It's a guidance system. And based upon the heart, is what we shall receive according to what is going to take place here. Wherever you are already learning, of course, because of that, the image of that person getting hit with so much light means that you can have an immense amount of light. And of course, this means that it's still going to be a slow process, because we're receiving a lot of force here. We are going to receive force of light in such a short amount of time that it's going to make us feel as if we're kind of hit in the gut. Which means if it does make you feel depleted for a couple of days, or however long, then take that rest. The integration process, which of course is also that diamond and the rhombus, your Merkaba. We are in this integration process. I mentioned that in in a video, I don't know when, that's what this is about. Integration. And integration takes time, though, okay? So have patience with whatever it is you're going through. I think for myself, hopefully tomorrow, we're going to light a fire. And hopefully Monday, weather permitted, of course. I mean, we always have a fire because we have the wood stove burning in the house, and we have one in the outside in the shop. But I'd like to also get one burning out outdoors. We're doing some prepping here for our holiday feast, and I think tomorrow will be a good day, as long as it's not raining or anything like that. And so it's a time of great celebration. If you have a sacred cocoa or any type of chocolate, anything can become sacred when the intention is there. And do whatever it is that's going to bring you peace, is what I'm suggesting. Take some time for yourself if that is the only way that you can have peace right now. Get together with friends and family if that is permitted where you are or within your family. Connect with other individuals online if that is what you are able to do. Whatever it is that's going to create this safe space, powerful space, then I suggest you do that. And if it means taking a salt bath with some essential oils in a small glass of wine, or tonic water with some fruit embedded in it, or that sacred cocoa, do it. You know, I don't drink. I have a bottle of wine here that I have had that I bought in the summertime, hoping to use it as a celebratory time, and I haven't cracked it because I don't drink any longer. I don't have that need or that desire any longer. But I used to drink a lot before my awakening process here, or my awareness, and mix booze and pills together to cope with my reality. And now that I have healed that part of who I am, I don't have the taste for it yet. You know, I bought it in the sense of, again, celebrating my milestones, or getting together with friends and family, maybe having a small, really small glass. I thought maybe it wouldn't do any harm, because remember, it's your intention. Anything in excess, regardless of what it is it's going to be the opposite of what you are trying or thinking you're doing. And what I'm actually trying to say here is there is just no judgment. If you still drink, there's no judgment against that. I have chosen to get away from it because it separated me. And that's exactly what it does. It separates the spirit from the body, where you don't really function as you're supposed to. You lose connection with the source and your higher self. And that's what I realized as I became clean. I felt more together. Yet, when I was getting drunk and intoxicated and making a cocktail of medicine and booze, I still felt separated, but I didn't have the courage and the strength to stop back then. So if you are in this same boat of indulgence in that type still, ask yourself why. And be honest with yourself. And of course, journal this. Journal this within your journal and get real. If you need to, look in that mirror and speak to yourself and get real about why it is you are indulging in these types of things still. Why does this have a hold over you in your life? And perhaps when you get those answers, you can begin weaning yourself off and healing that area of your life. When we stop doing things that really aren't serving our soul, our spirit, answers are given. And indulgence can come in many forms. It doesn't just have to be with drugs and alcohol, overeating, or seeking control in your environment, like you can be a person who is addicted to cleaning, or the very opposite. That type of it's still a control mechanism in addiction, or seeking to overindulge in shopping. It comes in all sorts of different ways. And so I hope if you are experiencing this, that I am definitely sending you love. And if you are an individual who has overcome this, I too am sending you love. Celebrate your every milestone. And I'm not talking about drinking in celebration. You don't have to drink to celebrate, but feel that divine emotion from within. And more will be given to you. Of course, if you are an individual who likes an occasional glass of wine, I'm not going to say there's anything wrong with it. I like to choose my sacred cocoa, and I used to drink it almost daily, and now I have weaned from it and chose to do it on, again, milestone or very significant days or times when God has spoken to me about major events. And so I would definitely be picking it up. I may even begin tonight, tomorrow, and Monday, making 3 days of it. And I may even continue until after Christmas here, or until Christmas Day anyway. I hope this video helps you out here, and I know I rambled on a little bit. I hope you guys don't mind that I do from time to time. I hope you guys have a blessed Saturday, and I hope that everything that you receive is everything that you've ever desired. This is Christy. Much love, health, and healing your way. I am bringing purpose to your life. Take care.